with all the big talking points in the transfer window in this special edition. This is a transfer deadline day special of Football Central. Right, good evening everybody. Welcome to a very special edition of Football Central. It's the first ever transfer deadline day special, one of the biggest events in the football calendar that fans and clubs certainly some look forward to. Some obviously it's a quite nerve-wracking day because you're trying to get deals done out over the line and stuff. It's a day full of high energy and stuff, so it should be a really good one. And welcome everybody, as I said, to the transfer deadline day special of Football Central. I'm your host, TubeMix. First of all, just before I'll introduce him, I just want to say thank you to Sam Taylor and JLI Wheels for stepping in the last couple of ones. In case I'm not able to make it to the finish line, Sam is waiting in the wings to pick up the baton. Anyway, joining me tonight, as ever, for this special is Sam Taylor. Good evening, Sam.
Good evening, TubeMix, and good evening, everybody, on this special edition of the transfer deadline. Bringing you the latest news as we get it on all the deadline day news, with the domestic, with the European deadline closing tonight. But EFL clubs and Premier League clubs can still deal, but all the big signings will be over by 11 p.m. tonight, with the deadline for a domestic being in a couple of weeks, I believe on the 18th of October. But all the big deals on deadline day to come on this very, very special evening.
Thank you very much, Sam.
And I was just going to say, it's great to have TubeMix back with us tonight. He's just made it last minute deal to get him in into the studio tonight. It's a very last minute deal. It came out of nowhere, but he's back from injury and back with a bang.
Thank you very much, Sam. So as Sam said, any news that we have, we will bring it to you on this very special day, and hopefully this will be the first of many transfer deadline day specials of Football Central. Welcome along to the show, and we're here for 3 hours, so we're here until 10 o'clock. And if you want to ask us anything or comment about what transfers you think, what will happen, what transfers you would like to happen, what your dream transfers, or just anything really football related, definitely, then feel free to put it in the chat below. And
come on guys, get your Christmas lists out. It's nearly Christmas. The deadline day's late, so if Christmas is coming around the corner, then you can give us our wish list for the what you want to happen in the remaining hours. We'll also be going over. We'll also be going over the deals that have happened today. I'm sure TubeMix wants to go through them, as there's a lot happening all the time. But back over to TubeMix. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sam. Right, so let's round up the deals that we've had so far. So Ben Godfrey, the Norwich defender, has signed for Everton. It's 25 million the initial fee, which will then add-ons and stuff like that potentially end up to 30 million. Theo Walcott is having a return to Southampton, a loan from Everton. Arsenal are willing to pay the release clause of Thomas Partey from Atletico Madrid, the 27-year-old defensive midfielder. And Partey, I think, is in London right now to complete the second bit of his medical. The first part was in Madrid. And he'll come to London, obviously, to hopefully complete the second bit of his medical, agree personal terms, and, of course, do the interview with Arsenal TV and stuff like that. And Ryan Sessegnon, who...
Sorry.
No, that's all right.
I was gonna. I'll take over from here if you want, TubeMix, because there's a lot of deals to get done, so we can take it in turns if you want.
Yeah, that's fine,
so you
mate.
don't get out of breath, because unlike most shows, I mean, we will go through some of the deals tonight, but they're coming in all the time, so there's a lot to get through. So I think you were gonna say that Ryan Sessegnon has left Tottenham and has gone on loan. I'm just seeing down here. Where's he gone on loan to again, TubeMix?
Hoffenheim.
So that's Ryan Sessegnon on loan to Hoffenheim for the rest of the season. So I'm seeing here that Sevilla have signed a defender and have signed a winger. Isdri, I can't quite pronounce his name, but they've signed a winger. So a lot happening at Sevilla. Have signed a centre half and a winger. What other deals have we got to tell you? Oh yeah, PSG have signed Moise Keane on a season-long loan, which I thought was an interesting deal. Quite surprising. So it's all go for Moise Keane, just a year after he left he joined Everton. What else can we tell you? There's so much to cover. Rudiger looks like he's staying at Chelsea.
Yep.
Yeah, Rudiger looks like he's staying. As TubeMix mentioned, Partey looks like he might go to Arsenal. I'm not saying he is, but he could be. And they're looking at paying his release clause. Aouar now looks like he's going to stay at Atalanta. I don't know if you just want to look at what I was saying about Sevilla, if you can find it, TubeMix, but
if you can't pronounce his name,
I didn't quite see the names.
If you can't pronounce his name, mate, I don't think I've got a chance.
But it just went off the screen, so I wasn't sure.
Let's see if I can find it.
Tottenham are in talks to sign defender Joe Rodon from Swansea for 18 million.
Is it not Rondon, I think?
Sorry, where?
Oh, yes, I have heard of him, yeah.
Is he a defender?
Yes, he is, yeah. Joe Rodon, yes.
Yeah, so
Matteo
Joe
Gandu.
Rogan.
Oh,
Joe
sorry.
Rogan. Sorry, I was going to say Joe Rogan, and they're looking at getting him to Tottenham. And
Yes.
having said in the last few minutes, that, about half an hour ago, the Tottenham probably weren't going to bring in a centre half. But it looks like the Joe Rogan might be a possibility. So Manchester United have inquired to Watford over Ismail Sarr, but I think it's unlikely um, with so little left in the transfer window. Udinese are in talks to sign Del Feo from Watford. Um, AC, AC Milan's Dallo Lex is having a medical ahead of a season-long loan at some. I'll just find where that was. And he is having a at uh, medical ahead of a move to Celtic. So that's a defender. Olympiacos have signed Ruben Vinagre on loan from Wolves. Leicester winger Radji Gazelle has passed his medical ahead of a season-long loan at Besiktas. And I don't know if TubeMix has got any updates on those Sevilla players.
Do you know, mate, I saw it. I don't think I can pronounce his name, whoever he was.
Anyway, Sevilla have signed a centre-back and a winger.
Yes.
You know that.
Matteo Guendouzi is on loan now for Berlin from Arsenal. Lucas Torreira is looking like he's heading to Atletico Madrid. Another Arsenal midfielder, so a couple out of Arsenal. And Rafinha, I'm not sure if I can pronounce his name, but a Brazilian winger.
Rafinha.
No, not
Rafinha.
Oh, is it because I thought you were meaning about the one who was at Barcelona?
Oh right, who are you gonna say? Sorry.
Right, it's Raphinha.
Rafinha. This is another Rafinha. Will.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah, I thought the way you said it, I thought you were on about the guy who was at Barcelona and is in China, I think. Yes. So
anyway, carry on. What's happening to it?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, he's heading to Leeds, I think, for £20 million. Yeah, and obviously Ben Godfrey and will Everton be in look for another goalkeeper to provide competition for the increasingly pressured Jordan Pickford, Sergio Romero or Gazzaniga from Tottenham, because obviously Gazzaniga has, they both become third choice. Joe Hart, of course, joined Tottenham, so that pushed Paulo Gazzaniga, probably not pronounce his name, to third choice, while Sergio Romero, after Dean Henderson has been moved into first choice. Oh right, okay, right. Hello, sorry to JLI Wheels and Ben Carney. Now, I'm just wondering if. So yeah, good to see you guys. Apologies, obviously, with this one. We'll try to read your comments, but because there's so much going on, we might not be able to really have time because there's, as I said, lots to go through. But I'll keep checking. But hello to Gel My Wheels, who's listening, and thank you to him, as I said, and Sam for stepping in. And you might have to do so again, maybe, but hopefully at the moment I think I think I'll be fine, but we'll obviously have to see. But Sam's waiting in the wings anyway to take the reins. If he,
I'm here. I do apologize. I do apologise to the viewers because the names are coming up extremely quick here, and
Can't
I
keep
didn't
up
get
with
to
them.
see who Sevilla's. I didn't get to see who Sevilla's players were that they brought in, but he brought in a winger and centre half. But United, being Man United fans, signed Alex Telles from Porto. Is official. I'm awaiting confirmation, I believe, TubeMix on Edison Cavani.
Yes, and oh yeah, and a couple of teenage wingers. I think they're also in talks yet. Traore from Atlanta, and Pellistrici. I have probably not pronounced his name right, but yeah. So we'll see. We will see.
We will. And do you want to say about the news about Chris Smalling?
Oh yes, yeah. Chris Smalling looks like he's finally out of Old Trafford. Roma think it's going to be accepted. So it's 15 million in add-ons. 15 million in add-ons.
This is
rising to 20 million, I think. So yes, we will.
This is the happiest day of TubeMix's career. He doesn't like Chris Smalling, so he's happy.
Well, I just think he's been at the club too long, and we need money to fund. Obviously, it's been hard for some transfers. I mean, because the market, it's not been. We are in extremely weird times. But yeah, the more money, because I mean, the Premier League. I mean, it's amazing this thing is still happening, really, because the Premier League, they're losing. If they don't have fans at all this season, then they're gonna lose a lot of money. So it just reminds you, even though fans, you think all the TV rights and stuff without fans, it still is tricky. So we'll see.
Leeds agreed to sign Rafinha from Rennes. Manchester City defender Tosin Adebayo having medical ahead of a potential move to Fulham. But just going back to Man United, you say about Newcastle have signed winger Rodrigo Bilbao from Porto, I believe, on a 4-year deal. That's strange because I've just heard that Newcastle haven't done much business today, but that's come up with some.
Oh well, yeah. And I do apologise, Ben. I thought I gave you a shout out. Sorry, apologies. Apologies, Ben. In fact, Ben, are you available to come in or not? Because it'd be great to have you come in.
It would. We need all the help we can get.
Absolutely.
So, what are we doing? What are we doing getting rid of Chris Smalling? You could say, when we.
I think we have JLI Wheels on the line.
Guess what? I've got a exciting deadline day transfer for you all.
Oh, okay. What's
your
that?
Very own JLI Wheels has joined the team for 10 minutes on a loan.
That's a very short loan.
It was annoying me.
Help us out with just.
It's annoying me that you can't pronounce Rekic or Adrizi, and also that you don't know who they are either. That's annoying me.
I can't. Look, I do struggle with pronunciation with a lot of foreign players.
It was across the screen too quick for me.
I think it's Idrissi. He's from RZ Alkmaar. He's a very talented player. I don't know whether he'll be able to cut it in that league, but we'll see. I think it's not been the busiest deadline day, but there's been some good deals going on. Tellez is finally done. That's a good one for Man United fans, even though
yep.
not the defensive thing they need. Hearing lots of things about Chris Smalling and Roma. Apparently, Roma are struggling to get the deal done.
I saw it 15 million in that, and then rising to 20 million on add-ons. It was close.
About the last thing I saw about an hour ago was that Roma and United can't agree.
Well, do you know, if I was United just at this point, just accept any money, just to bring funds in, just accept it.
Why? Because
sorry, there's a train going past. Sorry.
Hang on. We're struggling. We're struggling for centre half. So why are we getting rid of Smalling when he can't be any worse than what we've already got?
Don't be fooled by just one season in Italy.
Yeah, but Italy is incredibly defensive and a rough league as well. So for him to do so well there must mean something. You haven't mentioned yet Theo Walcott going back to Southampton, which I think is a great deal.
I did at the beginning.
Oh, did you? Right, okay. I missed the first couple of minutes. The other guy United.
So Theo Walcott.
The other guys United are on about. Sorry, just quickly. The other guys United are on about Ahmad Traore from Atalanta. Apparently, that's £30 million, 27 million, and then 30 million in add-ons. He's not got an Italian passport, so he could be going in January instead. And the other guy, I'm not sure on his first name, but I know his last name is Pilestri. He was supposed to be Pilistri, I think it is. He was supposed to be going to Lyon in France, but apparently United have swooped in the end there. I think it's very strange. It's a strange situation that we find ourselves in with United, like we said yesterday. So I don't really want to talk about it too much. On the other hand, Fulham have got PSV defender Baumgartel having a medical, and also Man City's tossing Adibadeo or Adibadaro. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how you pronounce his name.
I did say about him.
No, yeah, I did catch that, but I did want to say, just because obviously, very, very, very impressive season last season with Blackburn. Probably deserves the Premier League chance. Knows he's at that level and could be a good signing for Fulham. We've seen obviously they got knocked back with Marlon. They've signed Ola Aina from Torino earlier on in the window. Very impressive right back
Yeah.
sort of a right wing back kind of situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. You know, I don't know whether you guys know about any other deals that necessarily need talking about.
Samui Bakayoko
Napoli, yeah.
is going on
Yeah.
loan or is going,
He's gone now,
going on
hasn't
loan
he?
to Napoli.
He suits the Italian style really well. He was really impressive for Milan 2 seasons ago, and then he went to Monaco, which I was, it's a bit weird. He's linking up with Gennaro Gattuso, which you all know, Sam. That the Gennaro Gattuso was a very tough tackling midfielder, really good player, Champions League,
My type of player.
Champions League winner, Serie A winner, and all round good manager. Apparently, Rudiger is staying at Chelsea now, which I'm happy with because I think that he's probably up there with the best defenders at the club.
What's happening to Jorginho? I've not heard anything on Jorginho.
I haven't heard too much either, but if I think one thing I've seen over the last couple of minutes, about half an hour, was Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Apparently Leicester and Fulham are looking at him. So if Loftus-Cheek goes, you would think Jorginho is going to stay, surely. That being said, you never know. It is deadline day. You know, there's a lot that goes on the deadline day.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting one.
I've just got some breaking news.
Okay, go on.
I've just got some breaking news.
Oh, go on, then.
Manchester United and Roma have agreed a fee for defender Chris Smalling.
Thank goodness.
Mm-hmm. What's the fee? Do you know?
So whether he's had his medical, I'll just go back and have a look. Manchester United. No, that's Sky in Italy. Roma agreed deal with Manchester United to sign Chris Smalling. I'm not too sure what that deal is yet in terms of money and figures. Excuse me. I've just swallowed a bit of chicken. All fun and games on Football Central transfers. We can't pronounce the names of some of the players.
Well, we can't keep up with the transfers.
That's what I'm here for, you know.
Luckily, John's come and saved us on the two Sevilla ones, but then there's some that he hasn't pronounced very well either. But anyway, this is all as it goes along. We can only go as quick as we can. This is our first time. But yeah, it's been a busy day. I don't know if anybody wants to re-say anything about any of the transfers. I think Theo Walcott's not been announced as a Southampton player.
But I think it's a brilliant. I think that's a brilliant signing. I'm just gonna say. I think that's probably the level that Theo Walcott's at now as a player. So I think he's gonna do really well there. That being said, just before I leave, because I'm about to leave to go back into work, two things that I thought were very interesting today were Bayern Munich have signed Eric Choupo-Moting from PSG. You might remember him from Stoke City. And also they've re-signed Douglas Costa from... it's definitely a very interesting one. Yeah. That probably shuts the door on Callum Hudson-Odoi going to the Allianz, which is great.
Yeah.
Yes, because the manager, just to put across you there, I saw that the manager wanted only 4 wingers, and he's got 4 wingers now.
Dietmar Hamann said that, didn't he? Dietmar Hamann said that really early on when he talked to Sky in Germany. But the fee apparently was a year-long loan with a 70 million optional buy clause. I think that's a decent amount of money for Hudson-Odoi, but he is a very good player, very, very talented. And with that little 10-minute loan spell, I need to get back to work. Always a pleasure, boys. And I'll
his contract his contract's been terminated. We've had enough of him.
With,
say goodbye
with
to
immediate
I've had
effect.
enough of you
He
lot.
might be.
I don't want to exercise.
He might be
you know.
popping in and out. He's gonna watch us say the wrong names.
Yeah, it's bugging
So keep
me.
tweeting if we get it.
Yeah, and
Keep
apologies,
tweeting
we'll
if we
try
get
to
it
get your
wrong.
comments job, but because we're looking at the deals, it might not be able to keep up, really.
Keep flicking in between, but I really need to go. So always
Okay.
a pleasure. Happy deadline day, boys. See you later.
Cheers. See you. Bye.
See you later. So just to go on to that was nice. But we're better off without it. Let's be honest.
Oh, charming.
Always a dig on transfer deadline day, by the way. So just to get your verdict on Theo Walcott to Southampton, what do you think? Because everybody thinks he'll do really well, but I'm not so sure.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because Walcott, obviously, is coming back home, isn't he, to the club that started his career. Obviously, well, he must have been, I mean, I was out of football at that point, but he must have been successful for Arsenal to buy him, and then starting for England all the way back in 2006. You know, that was the year when Dennis Bergkamp retired. They moved away from Highbury to the Emirates Stadium, so it was quite a big year. It was an end of an era for many years for Arsenal, and Walcott was the start of this new era. But obviously,
Yes, I agree with that.
but he has struggled with injury, hasn't he, a lot? And you know, Everton, he's done okay at Everton. I mean, he's not had too many injuries, but the way this team are playing now, Everton, would you say Walcott instead of Doucouré or Alvin? Or
Walcott instead of Doucouré.
no. No, I was just about to say no. To answer that question, no, because Doucouré and Alvin and Rodriguez are proving their quality. So,
Yes, they have. Yes, they have. And I think, I do apologise there.
no, that's all right.
I think
Just a simple misunderstanding.
I think that he probably won't get enough game time at Everton with the age he is.
Yeah, because he's 32, isn't he? I think.
Yes, so he needs to be playing.
31.
Till the end of
31. Yeah.
career. He needs to play. He's not going to have many years left. I'm not saying
No.
But he needs to play and maybe going home as a sense to Southampton, because that's where he started his career. Maybe going home will inspire him, but we'll wait to see. I think Moyes Keane's a surprising one. The PSG, I don't quite understand it, but
Yeah, that's a really baffling one.
we are going to keep.
Although because Maximo Chapping has left.
But
Oh, sorry, Sam. Apologies.
keep promoting, you mean?
I think it's because Eric Maximo Chapping left for Bayern and Keane was his replacement, I think.
Fair enough. But we will see how he goes on with that. Just to break away from the transfer news for a second, we are getting breaking news as we are in and as it's coming thick and fast. You may have seen or you may not have seen over the last 24 hours that Tammy Abraham, Ben Chilwell and Jadon Sancho were threw a surprise party for Tammy Abraham's birthday on Saturday at Tammy Abraham's house. And Gareth Southgate has been alerted to this, and the players have been training on their own while he makes a decision.
Yeah.
We believe that the party, but the issue was the party was over 6 people, which is the government permitted allowance for people. But they've gone over that, so I don't see how it's Tammy Abraham's fault. I don't know if Will agrees with me, but the fact it was a surprise party is not really,
No.
But I just mean that I don't see how you can blame him, because he's not going to tell everybody to get out of his house.
No.
And when it's a surprise party, so I think Gareth Southgate's fuming whether they'll get. There seems to be some disciplinary problems with England, so whether they'll be withdrawn out of the squad, I don't know. But I'm just looking here. There is some breaking news on it. Just give me a second. It's just coming across the screen. Come on now. Abraham, Chilwell, and Sancho. So arrivals have been delayed to join up with the rest of the England squad. So that's Chilwell, Abraham, and Sancho. Arrivals have been delayed to the England squad for the upcoming 3 games international. Raheem Sterling, if you haven't seen as well, has withdrawn from the England squad with an injury. We're told it's only a minor injury, and Jordan's favourite fullback, Reece James, has been promoted to the England senior squad as a result. But they're just side stories. Don't tell us that we don't give up to date in all areas here on this very special transfer deadline day special on Football Central. I don't know if there's any other deals that you've seen.
Yes, we've had some.
A lot of the same deals. Go on.
Yeah, we've just had some.
Enlighten me, friend.
Yeah, we've just had some news in. Thank you, Sam. Michael. This would be a tough one to pronounce. Cuisance. Michael Cuisance. Oh dear. But anyway.
Right, I'm gonna go on.
He's moved from Bayern Munich to Olympic just Marseille on a season on the. I think that's Marseille. I mean, I've never heard of Olympique, but Olympique Marseille. So that must be Marseille.
I've not seen that, but I've not seen that news come across my screen. But fair enough, TubeMix, and I'm sure that JLI Wheels or myself, when we see that news, will bring you the fella's proper name.
Yeah.
So just looking one deal we haven't talked about, which is quite surprising, is that Ruben Viagra has left.
Stop there, Sam. We have some breaking news. Jack Wilshere to have West Ham contract terminated by mutual consent.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. That surprises me.
Well, to be fair, his injury record, he's more in the treatment room more than on the pitch.
He's a very talented player, though.
Well, he was before all his injuries. I'm not really sure about him now, but yes, he certainly was for Arsenal, for England. We all thought he could be a really, really good player, but no, it seems it's not happened for him, unfortunately. So
Livingston we'll bring you some Scottish news as well. Just quickly, as we're on the Scot, we need to be seen to be fair. Livingston re-signed Josh Mullins from Ross County until the end of the season.
I've not got a clue who he is. Do you know who he is, Sam? Have you heard of him?
Particularly, but people from the Scottish Premier League might be familiar with him.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Ross County have signed midfielder Charlie Lacking on a season-long loan from, I think that's coming up as Birmingham, but it just went, from Birmingham. But it just went off, so I think it's Birmingham. But yeah, a bit of Scottish news for you. As we have to be seen to be fair here on this very special transfer deadline day. So yeah, anything else to Vic?
Yes, thank you very much, Sam. So it's not often you have a contract terminated, so very dramatic, for seems obviously for and West Ham, obviously Josh Cullen, he's gone, I think, to Josh Cullen.
Josh Cullen has gone to
Anderlecht. Oh no! He's not gone to Anderlecht, but he will be signing for Anderlecht, I think.
Yeah, I think he's having his medical, isn't he? I think.
Anyway,
so I think that about brings you up to date. The big news from Man United is that Alex Tellers has signed, and Edison Cavani looks like he will sign, but no centre half. Ed Woodward, you're listening to me, you piece of dead wood. No centre half. You're bringing in Cavani. All right, we've got a full back, but we need centre halves.
We do.
Yeah, thought as much. But yeah, we need a couple of centre halves, and we're gonna struggle. We could have Messi in our team and Ronaldo, and we still won't win the league because we can't defend. So why are we getting rid of Chris Smalling if we're not willing to buy anyone?
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. Anyway, go on.
Well, yeah, but I don't think even he'd improve the team, particularly Smalling. I don't think. I mean, he's played enough for United now.
We need centre halves. He's a backup. We need centre halves, and if we're not going to bring any in, then we need to use what we've got rather than getting rid of him.
Well.
Anyway, I'm sure. Go on, TubeMix.
No, it's okay. I've said all I wanted to say on that one.
I think. Don't forget, everybody.
Excuse me.
Please send your comments in to us here at Football Central. Maybe you could help us with some of the names going on, because some of them
we're struggling for pronunciations.
Across the screen very quickly. And when you're visually impaired like I am, it's quite hard to see as they're going across so quick. So please help us out. But I hope you're enjoying the show so far. We are Football Central, bringing you this special transfer deadline day special. Let's hope it'll be a memorable one. We're just coming up to completing our first hour of the show, but we're here till 10 o'clock. So please join us, and I hope you're enjoying the show, everyone, and enjoying our mistake. Because I am. Anyway, right. We're just waiting for more news. I don't know if there's news that TubeMix wants to go over with regards to transfers.
No, I don't think so.
Anything. It's interesting that Leicester are interested and Fulham in, I think TubeMix, JLI Wheels said that certainly Leicester, and I think the other club was Fulham, I'd not seen that, are interested in moving Loftus-Cheek. And with the deadline being so close, I imagine Leicester obviously have the better players, no disrespect to Fulham, but Fulham would probably be easier getting done before the 11 o'clock deadline because, well, they're both in London and Fulham and Chelsea aren't far away from at all. I've just seen that I don't Tottenham, PSG, and AC Milan are still all interested in Antonio Rudiger. But I certainly can't see him going to Tottenham. I don't think he'll go anywhere in this window. And I don't think he'll go to Tottenham because Chelsea and Tottenham, as everyone knows, don't really do business with each other. There's a real, not very much of a like there between the two clubs. Udinese are in talks with Watford to sign Gerard Deulofeu. Don't know what Will thinks of that news. What do you make of that, TubeMix?
Sorry, Sam, what did you say?
Flipping out, you're not very on the ball, are you, on this transfer deadline day? Anyway, he's not very well, so it'll be nice. Udinese are in talks with Watford to sign Gerard Deulofeu.
Oh, yes, sorry. Yes, I did see that. Yeah, because it's the sister club for Watford, yeah.
So what's your opinion on that?
Well, yeah, it's interesting. I mean, Deulofeu, he's certainly had an interesting because I think he started at Barcelona. No, he started at Watford, headed to Barcelona, then.
He started at Barcelona in the academy. Then he was on loan a few places. Then he went to Everton, and then he went from Everton, and Barcelona re-signed him from Everton, and then he went on loan to Watford, and then Watford brought him. So he has had an interesting time. I was surprised when Barcelona brought him back, but I believe they had first refusal on him.
Yeah.
Because sold him to Everton, so they were in line that if Everton did want to sell Gerard Deulofeu, Barcelona could get him, but it looks like seeing pictures of Ben Goffrey, and it's Justin Ben Goffrey in an Everton shirt. So he's gone from a relegated team last season to a side that's top of the league and is playing more. So that's not a bad day's work for Ben Goffrey. Whether he'll get into Everton's side, He's a good player, but he's got Mina and Keane to get ahead of, which will be interesting to see if Ben Goffrey can do that. What's your opinion on Ben Goffrey?
Well, obviously, he was one of the standout players, wasn't he? For even though Norwich struggled in the Premier League, I think he was one of the ones that, and obviously in the Championship, he was really important part. And I think Mina, obviously, I think he's great. Keane, I never rated Keane for both England and Everton. I still don't.
Playing well at the minute.
What's that, sorry?
Playing well at the minute.
Well, yeah, but I don't. No, I think if Ben Godfrey came in, I think he would get in ahead of Keane. I think with Mina. I mean, actually, when Mason Holgate's back from injury, I think he would get in ahead of Keane as well. Because I just don't think Michael Keane's a particularly great defender, particularly.
No, fair enough. Although I think he's had a very good start to the season, which is reflected in Everton's position in the table. QPR signed winger Albert Adoma on a 2-year contract. You may remember Albert Adoma. Although TubeMix doesn't really know a lot about football. He played for Aston Villa, did Albert Adoma and Middlesbrough, I believe.
No, so I don't think the name is familiar.
Dear. Well, he is signed for QPR on a 2-year deal. So QPR fans, I think that's a good signing for you. We are bits of transfer news from Scotland and from the Championship and maybe lower down the pyramid if we get it. Although their deadlines don't close until I think it's the 15th of October.
Yep.
So we're not ignoring UEFL clubs. If there is something that pops up for us,
yep,
then we will, of course, announce it. But your deadline is different.
Oh, hang on, we've got some more from Jelly Wheels comments. Michael, I can't pronounce his name. He said to Marseille, big deal that for you, Leslie. I don't think I've even pronounced their name right, for Gerard Delafeu. Flair, pace, and a great finish. So that's great.
I agree.
From JLI.
Let me see what JLI Wheels says. Who does JLI Wheels say that's been signed?
Well, no, he was just saying about Michael. Well, we can't pronounce his name, but the guy going to Bayern Munich. No, the guy leaving Bayern Munich. Sorry. Oh dear, it's not going very well.
Send the name to me. Send the name to me, Will, and I'll.
Okay, right, yeah. Have you got your phone with you? Okay, that's right. I'll try copy and paste this over. I do apologise, guys.
Bayern Munich always done that.
Oh, that's weird. It's not allowing me to copy and paste. Oh. Let's try that again. Come on. You stupid thing. No,
I'll keep the thought. Paris Saint-Germain signed Portugal midfielder Danilo Pereira from Porto on a season-long loan with an option to buy. So PSG are making a lot of loan signings, which I find quite interesting.
Well, yeah,
they obviously wanted to loan out Dele Alli as well, didn't they? Sorry, they wanted to get Dele Alli on loan from Spurs, so they seem to be going for the loan market a lot
Yes, he.
with options to buy. It has to do with the money they've spent on Mbappe, Neymar, Di Maria, just to name people in recent years,
Yep.
mixed in with the coronavirus pandemic, which has, of course, halted clubs. I think for the past 5 years, we've actually seen the transfer record smashed, but I don't think we're anywhere near it, certainly in the Premier League. But I don't think we're anywhere near it this year because of what's
Right.
happened with regards to the pandemic. So we will keep these deals coming for you here on this Football Central Deadline Day special. So we've just seen pictures of Ben Goffrey in an Everton shirt, having his picture taken. I don't know what he said. He was being interviewed, but I've got my sound down, obviously, because we're doing this.
Yep.
So yeah.
Right. Oh, you still there, Sam?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Just checking your internet didn't go then. Right.
Did you say Marseille had signed somebody?
They did.
Is that what Jordan said?
Oh no! That I think that's what he said to me because I can remember. Yes, that Michael. I'll send you his name. Has moved to Marseille on a season on loan.
Mars, I've just seen it. I've just seen it now. Marseille signed, so don't worry about sending it me.
Oh, I've already sent it to you.
Marseille signed me. I've got it, Will. Marseille signed midfielder Michael Clusens from Bayern Munich on a season-long loan. So Michael Clusens has signed for Marseille on a season-long loan. So we've got it there, Will. It's fine.
Yep. Yeah, we got there.
Well,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah, I was just making sure you could still hear me.
Yeah, I can still hear. Do you know what, mate? I think actually, if it's okay with you, I'm gonna hand over it rest to you because I don't think I'm really there. You know, mentally. You know, for this you have to be really, on it.
That's fine, Will. That's absolutely fine. I will do my best. If people could please text in if you know things that I don't. Obviously, going down to one person is difficult. But I'm up for the challenge. So
Absolutely, I
are
know
you sure?
do.
Are you feeling tired?
Well, just not really tired. Just because I'm grotty, and obviously I'm, I just don't think I'm, there. You have to be really on it. Whether I'm just not really on it, so I'm gonna pass the baton. Who I know you do a great job to, Sam Taylor. So I'll say my goodbyes now, and hope you enjoy the rest of the show. And over to Sam for the rest of the show. See you guys. Bye bye.
Thank you, and thank you too, Mix. Hope you get better soon, buddy.
Thank
This
you.
was quite likely that they could this could happen, and I'm afraid he's not been well. He's not been well. I presume he'll stay and watch the stream, but I'm not sure. But anyway, that's TubeMix out of the frame as well. I think I'm scaring them all off. We had so far on this transfer deadline night. We've not only had the transfer news, but we've had JLI Wheels' short-term loan deal terminated, and we've had Mr. TubeMix himself. He has only lasted the first 70 minutes of the match. So he's by the time we got started, so he's only just got through towards the end of the game, but he can't do the aftermatch commitments, which means for the second time in 2 days, because I did a show of my own yesterday, albeit on a lower scale, because everybody's deserting on the most critical night of the year, transfer deadline day. But anyway, so for the second time this in the last 2 days, you are in the company of Sam Taylor, taking you through all the day's transfer news. Now, do bear with me, because when you're on your own trying to go through all these deals as they come in thick and fast, it's not easy, and I've got nobody to bounce off, so I'll just have to bounce off myself. So to start with, we've seen some good deals today. As I was saying, due to the coronavirus pandemic, it's not been the hotly contested transfer window we may have had. We're still seeing some big deals with players such as Rodriguez, James Rodriguez, or Hammers, if you prefer, coming to Everton, and obviously Gareth Bale going on loan to Tottenham, and today's, there's been some big-ish deals today. I always think deadline day is a bit of a rush, because we've seen in the past, we had David De Gea's late drama with the paperwork, whether it was going to go to Real Madrid, and the paperwork, and who could forget Peter Odemwingi's move from West Brom, when he thought he was on his way to London, only to get to, I think it was QPR's ground, and be told he was surplus to requirements, and basically he could have a cup of tea, but he wasn't going to get his medical, so he went off to Cardiff. Not much difference, folks, between Cardiff and London, and it's not like one's the major city of England capital, and Cardiff is a bit sleepy, in my opinion. Anyway, Jim White is on the panel for the Jim. Always comes up with late news and late deals as they happen. It's always very manic when Jim White is, it's coming to an end on the screen. And he's joined by Jamie Redknapp and Harry Redknapp And as we know, Harry Redknapp is um, is Harry Redknapp is known for his late deals, or was when he was in management. Everybody get a word with Harry, and all the reporters to see if he was going to do any last minute deal. And Harry Redknapp, so now see if Harry Redknapp is one of the iconic figures of um, the um, transfer window. Obviously, it's not a he's not a. We do have a statement here from Man United's new signing, Alex Telles from Porto. So I'll read you the statement. Bear with me. Are you still there, TubeMix?
Yes, I'm still there.
I'm not
yeah.
sure if it's still there. Maybe I know you're not feeling great, but maybe you could just alert me if you see any transfer news that we've not covered yet.
What I'll do, mate, is I'll send you the messages on the chat.
Okay, yeah, I might not. If I don't pick up and I don't say after about 5 minutes, I'm not seeing them. So just chip in.
Yeah.
So just tell me. Alex Telles said in a statement. There's a picture of him on the left-hand side of the screen with his Man United gear on, like the jumper, the Man United tracksuit, if you like. And he says to join a club with the prestige of Manchester United is a huge honour. I won many trophies at FC Porto, and I want to continue that at United. The manager has a clear plan and direction for this team, and I can't wait to pull on the famous shirt. That's what we need, a man with a bit of passion. So that's Alex Telles. He does then go on to say, just wait for him to go on. And then this must be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has also made, yes it is, has made some quotes about his new signing and the club's new signing, fullback Alex Telles. He is a player we have been tracking for some time, and his performances over the past few years are exactly what we are looking for. He is a fighter and a winner, and will add real determination and competition to the squad. Alex has the qualities, both as a player and as a person, that we want here at Manchester United. So that is first new signing Alex Telles' statement, and the statement of the manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer on his new charge. So let me just see where we are up to in the transfer window. We have some breaking news. Breaking news, everybody. Arsenal meet 45 release clause for Thomas Partey. So Arsenal, as expected, because I know TubeMix before he left me was saying about that Arsenal were likely to pay the release clause of Thomas Partey, but it looks like now Arsenal breaking news, Arsenal fans. Arsenal meets 45 million release clause set by Atletico Madrid, Partey's club, to sign midfielder Thomas Partey. So the question is, will Arsenal be partying tonight? Will you be partying, Arsenal fans? Now, if you do pull this deal off, I have to say, for health and safety and protection reasons, because I don't want to be responsible for any of you getting into trouble, please don't party in over groups of 6 if Thomas Partey does sign for Arsenal. You can have a party, but keep it to a minimum. Thank you. Anyway, so yeah, that looks like it could be a really good signing for Arsenal if it goes through. I remember, was it Mesut Ozil that signed on deadline day? I'm sure it came through on deadline day. I'm sure it came through on deadline day a couple of years ago. That Mesut Ozil was signing. And that was on deadline day itself. So it could be an exciting finish to the transfer window for Mikel Arteta's men. Although they do leave it late, don't they? Man United, Arsenal, leaving these big signings till late begs the question, doesn't it, of what goes on throughout the rest of the transfer window. I'm just going to check our group chat to make sure there's nothing there that I need to see. So yeah, so we've said about that deal. Yes, so that is the latest news we have is Thomas Partey. Remember, if you're going to have a party tonight, make sure it's no more than 2 to 6 people. But Thomas Partey looks like he could be heading to Arsenal. But watch this space, because there is, let me just work it out, there is only there is less than 3 hours of the transfer window to go. There is 2 hours and 43 minutes to the end of the transfer window. So watch this space. It's going to be a busy time for Arsenal. And can Kroenke crank up the pressure to get the deal over the line? So it could be a fantastic finish. I told you when Jim might get on Sky Sports if something good happens. He's good. Now, as it is transfer deadline day and things are manic on transfer deadline day, I have my thing in front of me. So please bear with me while I talk and eat my pudding at the same time. We do have to eat on this show. And especially as it's a longer edition tonight. So yeah, it promises to be a good ending maybe for Arsenal to the window, but it could also end in heartbreak. If they don't sign him, because I think if they don't sign Partey in this window, then they'd probably go somewhere else next window. And unless Arsenal make a pre-contract agreement with Atletico Madrid to say either sign him in January or next summer. So I'm going to tell you that that's going to go right to the wire. Why Arsenal is release clause a mystery. When he decided to pause now is a bit, because surely if they wanted him that badly, which they clearly do, they would have done that earlier in the window, because it's not like they had to negotiate a deal, because they just had to pay his release clause and then talk to the player about whether he wants to come. But for some reason, transfer deadline presses people into action. But it sends a bad message to me. I mean, how much do they really want him if they've only decided to pay the release clause on transfer deadline day? But there's no doubt he's a good player, so we will see. So, if you do have any questions, send them to the Football Central YouTube channel. And if you are watching, and I'm sure TubeMix will tell me, because he is still here, even though he is not very well. He is still here, so I'm sure he will tell me if anything goes on, and if any comments appear. He's still there, TubeMix?
Yes, I am. Yep.
Yep. Can you just take over for a split second while I eat my pudding, and then I'll be back?
Yeah, that's fine. Right, hello everybody. I'm back for a second, and so we have some just breaking news that came in, well, just a couple of minutes ago. So Roma have completed the signing of Chris Smalling on a 3-year deal. The deal is worth £18 million. So yep, that is definitely a done deal, and that's been a bit of a saga, hasn't it, with Roma? Not, but anyway, that's done now. And Thomas Partey, that's that'll be interesting. I mean, because Arsenal don't have to talk to Atletico Madrid; they only need to tell La Liga, I think, to trigger the release clause. So yeah, so it'll be an interesting one, and we'll see how Partey does. And as Sam said, yeah, that was quite deep there. That was your health, almost a public information thing from Sam. But yeah, if you Arsenal fans, I'm sure if the Partey deal does get wrapped up, you will be happy. But if you're having a party, just keep it to a party of 6, like the government guidelines. So right, said Sam. Excuse me.
I'm back.
Okay, and now hand
You're right.
Excuse me. That's exactly why.
Well, if you're not feeling well, mate, go and lie down, and you can just come back at 10 if you want.
Well, yeah, but the computer would turn off, mate. So I've got to keep it on. So it's and anyway.
Right, okay. What with the mouse? You mean?
Yeah. Well, the monitor turns off. I mean, the stream will keep going, but and because I want to see the transfer deadline day deals as well. Anyway.
Okay. Right. Okay.
With that, because also if you miss stuff, if I see some breaking news, I need to send that to you on the Facebook chat. So yeah, that's why I'm sort of the producer role. Anyway, I'll hand you over back to your host for the rest of the night, right. Sam Taylor.
And please feel free to chip in, TubeMix. I'm sure I'll be requiring your help when I need to go to the toilet and so much just to take over. So please chip in. I know you're not feeling well, but if you're gonna stay there, then you can say a few words on any potential deals that we talk about.
Yeah, I'll be here waiting in the wings if you do need me to step in. But ideally, you're taking the reins because people don't want to hear me coughing and stuff.
So I'm just seeing that Barnsley have signed forward Jack Atkinson from Celtic on a 3 deal. So that is a little bit of championship news, which we did say. If you're wondering why we're not talking about the championship, the deadline for the championship is the 15th of October. But I think it still means that they can't. So I think they can sign whoever they want up to the 15th of October. Is how I understand it. The rules this year are a bit confusing, but that's what I've read. Please, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but championship clubs can't deal with the European market after tonight, but I understand it, they can. So that's why we're not talking so much about championship clubs in the EFL, but and that goes the same for the EFL, I think, what I've just said. But we will get the news, like I've just mentioned. Jack Atkinson is on the move. So if we do get more news from the championship as it flashes across my screen, then please, then I will go through it the best I can with the amount of deals that are coming through. Yeah, so I'm just looking and seeing what's going on really. Please do get in touch with us. I'm sure TubeMix who is still here in the background, will alert me to any comments we do get, because I can't see the channel, because it is on TubeMix's TubeMix's stream. So but I'm sure he will alert me. I could do with a little earpiece actually, and then it'd be a bit professional. Maybe that's the next step in basic football central adventure, that when we're on our own, we can have earpieces, and then as the breaking news comes in, TubeMix can just talk to me, and then I can relate it to you as the viewers, rather than you having to hear us talk on air a bit unprofessionally. So I'm going to, if TubeMix ever gives me a pay rise, then I'm going to buy myself an earpiece so he can talk to me through that, let me know what's going on.
Steady on
Because
now.
it's a bit difficult when you can't see what's going on the YouTube channel. But we do our best with what we've got. We are amateurs here, folks. We are giving you this news free of charge. So as for all things that are free, they're not always very good. But I hope you think we're okay, or that I'm okay. Now I'm on my own. Yeah. Well, I know that I'm great, so that's all that matters. So yeah. Um, so let me there's just some breaking news coming up. Udinese sign winger Nacho Passetto on a loan deal from Watford. So Udinese, I think, are looking at signing 2 players from Watford, because they've signed Passetto on loan, and I believe they are in talks to sign Abdoulaye not Abdoulaye Doucouré, he's now at Everton. And they are in, sorry about that, it's been a long day, it's hard when you're on your own. They are in talks to sign Watford midfielder Gerard Deulofeu. But again, a bit like with the Thomas Partey deal, that first deal for Passetto is a done deal, the loan deal. But the same with the Partey deal, the Delafield deal will probably go down to the wire. But I think you're updated for now transfer on this transfer special. We're here on Football Central. If you, I know we normally say this at the start of the show, but I'm just gonna say it because there's nobody else to stop me saying it. And we are doing an extra long shift tonight, so, or at least I am. So yeah, if you like the show, please share, comment, subscribe, and like to the TubeMix channel. Yeah, or equally, if you don't like the show, please tell us how we could improve. I'm sure TubeMix would be alright, and I know I would, with a bit of constructive criticism. So please write your comments in. And if there's something you feel we could improve, this is our first, last season was our first part of season through lockdown and then after lockdown. But this is our first full season, so this is a relatively new show. It's the first transfer deadline day we've done, hopefully not the last. But yeah, if you feel we can improve in some way, or you've got something you wish we'd talk about or add, or anything like that, please do let us know here at Football Central, and we'll do our best to answer your questions or put your recommendations of what we could do or how we could improve into practice. But like I say, like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube, to TubeMix, to the TubeMix channel, and to Football Central in particular, if that's what you like. It's only a couple of clicks, everyone. So yeah. But I'm sure you're all probably engrossed in the transfer window business right now. So yeah. But I do want to get your opinions because I think it's important that I and that we on this channel, but me on this occasion, because I'm the only one here, as I keep saying, we engage you as the viewers, because you're the ones that keep us doing this, and without anybody watching it, well, there won't be much point, would there? So, I think we were having a chat the other day about whether transfer deadline day, in general, should be a national holiday. You know, because the amount of people that don't go to work, school, because they want to watch what's going on. I have to admit, I escaped a day of school from transfer deadline day once in the summer. So 1 year at school, but we won't go into that. We won't go into that. Oh, sorry, teachers. If you are watching and you're a former teacher of mine, I can see that my friends will be laughing at me now that they know that, because they see me as a goody-goody teacher who never gets into trouble. But I did skip school for a transfer deadline day, like this one
You
year.
naughty boy.
So if you are my teachers and you don't find it funny as my friend, if you are my teachers, I am very sorry. It was one of the only times that I stepped out of line, or should I say, wheel out of line. But yeah. So in my opinion, transfer deadline day should be a national holiday. So I am going to. They've just got up on Sky Sports News behind me, and that there are 2 hours. Hang on, there's a bit less than that now, but there are 2 hours, 27 minutes, 25 seconds left of the transfer window. So we won't be here for all of that. We finish tonight at 10 o'clock. because a lot of us have college and things tomorrow, and TubeMix isn't very well. I would stay till the 11 o'clock deadline, but this is TubeMix's channel, and he's not very well, so it'd be a bit unfair to keep him away that extra hour. Maybe next time, if it's not a complete failure. So I want your opinions. I'm going to shape up the show. Please, come on, tell me your opinions on whether transfer deadline day should be, certainly the summer one. I don't believe the January one should be, and then we're not in the summer. But the summer deadline, under normal circumstances, should be a national holiday.
I don't think so. Oh, you still there, Sam? Right, I think we've lost him, I think. This is TubeMix, sorry, just coming back in. We've... Sam has probably one of the worst internet ever. We'll try him again, shall we? So, I do apologise for this. Actually, I think I'll be fine, actually, to continue on. Right. Right, let's see if we can bring Sam back now. Let's see if we can. We do apologise, guys. Right, I do apologise. Sam's having internet problems again. It's me. Oh, I nearly said gel like wheels then. No, sorry, it was TubeMix. Oh dear me. Just filling in while we're waiting for Sam to come back. Actually, oh, hang on. I think we've got him back on the line. Okay, and I think he's there. Are you there, Mr. Taylor? Are you back with us?
Hello, everybody. I do apologise. Some internet issues, and we are bringing this to you live, and so yeah, and I don't have very good internet. I live in the middle of the countryside, so that's why TubeMix is here to step in. I presume you did step in for me, TubeMix.
I did, and actually, mate, I'm feeling a little bit better at this moment. So while my voice is not too croaky and stuff, actually.
Needle. So yeah, so thank you for TubeMix for standing in, and he's coming back. So I'll hand over to TubeMix for a minute if TubeMix wants to come back, because you don't have to if you do for a bit, just because.
Yeah, it might just be I might be sort of in and out, you know, because I'm a little better than I was obviously the other day, but well, yeah, like I said, let's see what happens. But thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sam, for doing an absolutely great job. And it's official, Wilshere has tweeted. That's Jack Wilshere, of course. We told you this. He was terminating his contract with West Ham. And yes, yes, so he's terminating his contract, and yeah, that's it'll be bye bye for for Jack Wilshere.
That's a shame. And while you're back, TubeMix,
Oh,
I
go on,
am
then.
going to be a couple of minutes. I'm just going to I've just got to nip somewhere.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'll be back in 2 minutes or so. But I'll leave you in the capable hands of your wavering host. Do keep him awake, because his brain's not really with us today. TubeMix, take it away, buddy.
Thank you very much, Sam. Yes, so right, sorry, where are we? Yes, so yeah, I told you about Jack Wilshere, that was it. And Sam will be back in a little while as well. So yes, this very interesting excuse me, transfer deadline day, which is very, very interesting, as I said. And yes, it's yeah, it's it's yeah, it's it's interesting, as I said. I've already repeated myself. That's one of my habits. I'm sure regular viewers will know that is one of my habits. But anyway, good for me certainly to be back in at least a little part of this transfer deadline day. As I was saying to Sam before, you know, it might be sort of in and out from me because 1 minute my voice can be feeling, you know, pretty good and close to normal, and then the next it's quite croaky and yeah, and stuff. So we'll see. I mean, it might just be that I might have to have little rests maybe, but and then come back. I think we'll see. But at least you know, I didn't want to completely miss, because this is the first big one, and it's one of those big days. I mean, as Sam said, well, Sam, naughty boy there, Sam Taylor, for missing school for transfer deadline day. And Sam, I have to say, I don't think transfer deadline day should be a holiday, because not everybody likes football, mate. So if that was made a national holiday, no, I don't agree with that. I know it's a big day for the football calendar, excuse me. But no, I don't think it should be a national holiday. So yeah, we will see. We will see. Yes, that's it. Right, and yeah. So okay, let's round up a couple of deals, shall we? So Chris Smalling is heading to Roma finally. Manchester United has signed Alex Telles from Porto, the 27-year-old left back, for £15.4 million. Arsenal have informed La Liga they don't have to talk to Atletico Madrid. But yeah, Thomas Partey, looks like that one is gonna be done. Yeah, so we will see. As I've said, yeah, that'll be an interesting one. I think I'll also say that too. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, and yeah, we will see. Yeah, sorry, I've repeated myself again then. Um, so, any more? I don't think so at the moment. I'll check the BBC Sport website, and you're watching the Football Central first ever transfer deadline day special live on the TubeMix and exclusive on the TubeMix YouTube channel. And Jack Wilshere said he feels fit and strong. And Jack Wilshere is only 28, actually. We will see. To be honest, I was thinking this actually the other day about Jack Wilshere. And I think for him, somewhere like China, or something, or maybe even America. I know he's only 28, but with all that injuries, I just don't think he's gonna make it now. There's just been too many injuries, and I think maybe a less demanding league might do him good potentially, because maybe he just hasn't got, even though he says he does feel fit, I mean, could he stay fit? It's an interesting one. And Chris Willock, who former Arsenal defender, who was at Benfica, he at QPR have signed him. That is a done deal. So yes, that's good. Right. Yes. So that's and then Loftus-Cheek, could he be heading to Fulham on loan? We will see. I've already told you about Chris Willock. Yeah, Chris Smalling. Yeah, Partey. We spoke about that a lot. And Sergio Romero's wife on Instagram, I mean, what did she put? Oh, right. Sergio Romero worked hard for this club. Last trophy they won, they lifted it with him. He helped the team reach 4 finals/semi-finals, and then he was left on the bench, only to lose them all. It's time for them to return the opportunity and let him go. Respect for once. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, Romero, one of the best number two goalkeepers in the Premier League, and to me, I mean, De Gea. Well, De Gea is very, very close to me to losing that, I think, because I know he wasn't at fault for the United result, but he's just, for me, his days are numbered, and I hope that Henderson's going to come in anyway, because I have more confidence in Dean Henderson than with David De Gea, despite Henderson being much younger and slightly less experienced than De Gea. I still have more confidence in Henderson than De Gea. And United have not signed a centre-back. I mean, that's hugely concerning. I mean, but of course, could Axel Tuanzebe, once he's back from injury, could he be the one that could be Harry Maguire's partner if he could just stay fit, because he's had a few injury troubles himself? Well, I don't know what it seems to be at United. They seem to really struggle with injuries always. It's like an injury curse for so many players. I'm not quite sure why that is. But Well, we'll have to see. Uh, yeah. So hopefully Sam will be back soon. Oh, he stopped the call. He could have just come back actually, and then. Okay. Everyone, as you said, I think he's going to be back in a moment with you. I mean, with me for this special show. We will see. But for the minute, you've got me, Wesley. I can't pronounce his name. Hoedt. Wesley Hoyder? No. Anyway, he plays for Southampton. He's a centre back, Dutch, and he's moving to Lazio in Italy, and that's just a break on a season load deal. Right. I think when Sam's coming back, I think I'm gonna have to go again. I think. But yep, I will stay with you till he comes back. Oh. Oh, I think we got JLI Wheels on the line.
Hello, mate.
Hi there, you alright?
Good, yeah. I thought Sam would have joined. That's the only.
Sam is gone to you know where, basically. Oh, I think he's back. Oh no, he went again.
There he is. Right, okay. Oh no.
No, he went off. He did.
He left and went. Right. In which case, I take it you're happy about the Chris Smalling deal, by the way.
Yes. So many of the dead would at least gone now. So.
Wesley Hoot joining Lazio as well. That's an interesting one.
Yeah. I couldn't pronounce his name as expected, so I just said Dutch centre back plays for Southampton.
Never really did it for Southampton.
No, he didn't. He was quite a highly rated.
Did he? But he
transfer, wasn't it?
Wherever else he's gone, he seems to have done really well.
Yeah, well, some players just don't fit in with the league, do they? I think we've got Sam Taylor back on the line, I think.
We have.
No, that's true.
Is JLI Wheels there? Oh,
he is, yes.
Got some reinforcements.
Oh, he's gone.
His loan spell has been extended after all. So I don't know if you've seen. Well, but just to update everybody. So the European market, I think, closes tonight, as does the Premier League market for the Premier League to buy European players. But Championship players can still be brought from the Premier League, or Premier League players can still be brought from the EFL clubs. So just to reiterate, the EFL can sign Premier League players, and Premier League players can go to the EFL until the 15th of October, which is why Tottenham are in no big rush to sign Joe Rodon. Apparently they're miles apart of they're somewhere apart on um, they're somewhere apart on evaluation, Swansea and Tottenham. But as the transfer window for EFL clubs and Premier League clubs to do deals doesn't end till the 15th of October, you suspect that will get done and Joe Rodon will become a Tottenham player. You never know till it's over, but I doubt it'll be done tonight because we've got till the 15th of October.
I'm just seeing here Harry Redknapp. Oh, sorry, apologies.
The only slight complication is apparently the Europa League deadline for players is this week, so clubs in the Europa League have to register as well. And if Joe Rodon can't be done this week, then he won't be able to play for Tottenham in the Europa League this season, even if he signs before the EFL deadline. I don't. There's a question that's bugging me, TubeMix, and you're the man with the bugs right now, but also the knowledge. Can you just have a look to see, can EFL clubs still trade with European clubs after tonight, or do EFL clubs or is it just Premier League clubs that they can trade with and vice versa?
No, I think EFL clubs can, I think, as well. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Can they trade after tonight still with European clubs then?
Well, they can tomorrow because it's when European UEFA registration rules and stuff like that.
Random windows don't shut. It's only our window, isn't it, that shuts?
At 11, yeah.
It shuts today. So yeah. So in fact, that's not right because we can still. It's a bit confusing. I'll just have a quick look. You keep chatting while I have a quick look at the rules.
Harry Redknapp thinks Tottenham are going to win the title.
Does he?
Yes, because of all the signings and because it's an open year. No, I don't think they will. I think Everton will be more likely to win the title.
Nah, Everton can't win the title.
Well, we'll see. I think it's going to be a very strange year, very strange season. And, you were saying you thought about transfer deadline day being a national holiday. Should be. Not everybody likes football.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Should still be a national.
No, I don't agree with that.
Still be a national.
I know it's a big thing.
Let me just check the CFL.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just going to check the CFL rule.
Okay.
Carry on.
No, I don't agree with you with that. That it should be a national holiday. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. Theo Walcott's having a medical. That was 2 hours ago. Oh, never mind. Oh no, 3 hours ago. Saying there. Okay, never mind. Right. And I think I'm gonna, because I have a feeling tonight I'm sort of gonna be going in and out. So I'll be, you know, having a little rest at times.
Here we
and
go.
then coming back, I think.
Right, this is the news I've got from the EFL here, and the situation on EFL clubs training. So clubs from the Premier League can sign players from the EFL, and can you hear me all right?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, clubs from the Premier League can sign players from the EFL and vice versa up until the second transfer window closes. Equally, that's on the October 15th. Equally, clubs can still trade amongst themselves, unlike Premier League clubs, with no restrictions on transfers. So this transfer window, Premier League clubs cannot trade amongst domestically, so they can't trade with each other.
No.
Basically, Premier League clubs. Does that mean that the Thomas Partey deal could go into tomorrow? I'm not sure.
Potentially. Oh, we have some breaking news. Everton
So here we
in
are.
advanced
The
talks.
transfer deadline is just hours away, and a flurry of moves are expected to be completed before the window closes. Fans will be watching closely. Okay, so they can't trade amongst themselves, and I don't think Premier League clubs can trade amongst European clubs, even when even though the deadline in European clubs is a few weeks away for the European clubs deadlines in other leagues, but EFL clubs can still trade with Premier League clubs for the next couple of weeks. So Premier League clubs can still buy EFL players or vice versa, but can't trade with any other European clubs or domestically in the same league, the other Premier League clubs. They can't trade with after tonight. So the transfer window doesn't completely tonight, we know. So just reiterate one more time, EFL clubs can continue trading until the 15th of October with Premier League clubs. That includes Premier League clubs buying EFL players and EFL clubs buying Premier League players, but the Premier League can't trade domestically within, when I say domestically within the Premier League, with other clubs in the Premier League or abroad. So yes, and I think with that TubeMix, I hope that's clearer to you because it's clear as mud to me.
I think so, mate. Like you said,
I think
my brain's not particularly 100%, so.
I think TubeMix has some breaking news, so I'll leave. This is a transfer.
Yes, Everton are in advanced talks over a deal for AS Roma goalkeeper Robin Olsen. That's the Swedish. He's 27. I looked him up. So the advanced talks for that. With that, guys.
Yes, I know Robin Olsen is a good.
Sorry.
He's a good keeper. What does that mean with Jordan Pickford?
Well, I don't know. Pickford's made a lot of mistakes. I think Pickford's days for England and Everton are
here we
numbered.
are. Here we are. Right, deadline day. Transfer window in England closes at 11 p.m. Domestic transfers, this is from Sky Sports News, window between Premier League and EFL club remains open until October the 16th at 5 p.m. Transfer window in Scotland closes at midnight. So we can keep trading with EFL clubs, but can't trade with other Premier League clubs or anybody in Europe, as far as I'm aware, after tonight. But we can still keep trading with EFL clubs, and vice versa. So what does that mean for Jordan Pickford? Well, I mean, Robin Olsen. It is Robin Olsen. Did you say?
Yes.
Say Will?
Yes.
Well, Robin Olsen's a top goalkeeper. So I'm not sure he'd sit there and sit on the bench. So
I think Jerry Wheels is back on the line.
You know, I
Yes,
think
he's back.
I think that's spelled bad news for Robin Olsen. Jordan Pickford, Robin Olsen could be on his way to Goodison Park. Have you heard the news, John? Robin Olsen is a deal to bring him to Goodison Park.
Oh, right. No, I didn't know that. Good player.
Okay, with that,
I don't think that he's going to... Are you leaving us again?
I think I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna hand over to you for the rest of the show, Sam. I think.
Okay, no problem.
So I'll say my goodbyes now. So
TubeMix.
So yeah,
you've done that once already.
Oh, yes. So anyway, I'll hand you over to the rest of the show with Sam Taylor and potentially Jerry Wheels.
Well, I'm only here for we're entitled to an hour-long lunch break, and I've got half an hour left, so I intend to use up my entire half an hour. But we'll see. Rob, going back to the Robin Olsen
George,
deal,
I just want to ask you a quick question. I don't know if you've heard what I was saying. I don't know if you've been listening to the show. But I was saying about the EFL, and the fact that the EFL doesn't stop trading till the 16th of October.
Oh yeah, okay. So let me tell you what my understanding is. Sorry. Okay.
And can just as a quick question, can Premier League, does that mean that EFL can Premier League clubs still trade with Europe?
My understanding.
I'm very confused.
My understanding.
I've been trying to tell the viewers.
My understanding of that is no. When the European window's shut, that's it for everyone. Like, that's the reason why, for example, stuff has to get done today. You're talking about Joe Rodon. They also said the same thing about Ismail Assar as well. It's to do with the European competition registration window, which is coming up soon. So, really, if Spurs do want to sign Rodon and United want to sign Sarr and stuff like that, and Everton, if they want to sign Olsen, it needs to be done today, really. I like the Joe Roden deal, by the way. Let me just put it out there. He's a solid centre back that's been around for a couple of years now, and I quite like him. Welsh international, done very well over the last couple of years with Swansea. I think that'd be a good signing for Spurs. I did see the thing where Harry Redknapp said they could win the league. I think it's very easy to say on paper, they could win the league, but on paper something completely different to real life, isn't it? So, going back to the Robin Olsen deal, he had a fantastic World Cup, didn't he?
Sorry, breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news. That there was breaking news from the Championship. And the news is Wickham have signed Leicester defender Josh Knight on a loan until January the 3rd. So, just again for the EFL clubs down there, we'll keep you up to date. But back to JLI Wheels.
Is that? I wouldn't say that's breaking news, but okay. Yeah, Robin Olsen had two very good.
Like, doesn't all without a Wickham fans that listen to this show. How are they going to deal with it?
Yeah, they do need some defensive reinforcement as well. Obviously, shipped a lot of goals, haven't they, recently? So good for them. Josh Knight, a really highly rated young. I think I'm sure he's either a centre half or a left back, and he'll do good for them. I should think. Yeah, as you know, I'm the resident football all round kind of guy, and Robin Olsen. Obviously, he had a really good Euros, and I'm pretty sure he stayed where he was. But he also had a very, very good World Cup, as England witnessed firsthand when we played Sweden. And from that, he moved to Roma. It didn't, he's been in and out of the side. Obviously, Roma ended up signing Paul Lopez from, I think, Getafe, but I'm not sure. I don't quite remember. I'm sure it's Getafe, but I'll have to have a look at that. And I'm pretty sure he's stayed pretty much first choice. Robin Olsen spent last season on Cagliari in Italy, and I'm not too sure how he did, but I'm pretty sure again that their first choice is Alessio Cragno. So I don't know how many games he played in Cagliari. I like to try and keep as up to date with football as I can, but sometimes you do miss little bits and bobs. I think that's a really good signing for Everton, and also for the future of Pickford, because it's going to push him same way that the Mendy deal. The same way that the Mendy deal is going to have to force a positive reaction out of Kepa. So for me, that's great business. And Carlo Ancelotti has been a really obviously, he's going to be a good appointment, but it has been very savvy, like you say, Sam. The fee for James Rodriguez was something like £15 million. James Rodriguez, who people thought was going to, after the World Cup, was going to be challenging, Messi and Ronaldo by this point. So that's a great deal, and whatever him and Duncan Ferguson have done to Calvert-Lewin is fantastic as well. Yerry Mina looks a lot better. Michael Keane looks a lot better. So everything for Everton is good signs. Robin Olsen's
Ben Godfrey.
Yeah, Ben Godfrey as well is a really good defender. I feel like Norwich as a team, they didn't play badly, and the thing is somebody like Ancelotti will see the likes of Godfrey, who I think people forget he's only 22, 21, so he's got so much time to improve and grow. And that entire Norwich team, the majority of it, most notably the back four, they were all young lads. Godfrey was young, as were Aarons and Lewis, and I don't think the other centre half, Zimmerman, or closer, or whichever one they were using at the time. I don't think he was very young, but for younger defenders, it's more excusable if they make mistakes and they make errors and things. And
Yes, they get better as they get more experience and get older.
yeah, I think somebody like Michael Keane is going to be a really good mentor for Ben Godfrey, because obviously there's been times in Michael Keane's career where it's not gone great. He got relegated from the Premier League with Burnley in 14-15. He spent a long time in the loan cycle at Man United, whether it was at Leicester or at Blackburn, or I think the last club he went to on loan was Derby, and then he signed for Burnley permanently, or he was on loan at Burnley and then he signed there permanently. Again, I like to keep up to date with the EFL, but my history's a little bit dicey. So yeah, I think that's a great move. I like the Godfrey move. Hang on, there's just a train coming past. There we go. The problem with working on the railways is constantly...
Breaking news. Lazio re-signed defender Wesley Hoot from Southampton.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a done deal on a season-long run.
Seen that one, yeah. Me and Will were talking about that just before you turned up again. So yeah, Wesley Hoot again. This is what I said to Will. I'm glad.
Well, I was here.
No, when you.
I was here first tonight.
Yeah, what I mean is when you went for a piss and then you're trying to come back, and then you couldn't come back because of something, and then I created a group chat to make sure that you answered the phone while we were waiting for you. That was one of the things that Will was talking about, and I was talking to him about Wesley Hoot. Wesley Hoot as a player just hasn't done it at Premier League.
I've done a bloody good job on my own.
That's good. I'm glad. From what I've heard, you have done very well. I've been a little bit busy, ordering Chinese, ordering takeaway at work, and then eating the takeaway. But yeah, from what I've heard, you've done a brilliant job. But yeah, back to Wesley Hoot just quickly. Definitely a good player. Just didn't seem to do very well for Southampton in the Premier League, but then has gone out on loan to Celta Vigo and Antwerp in Belgium, and then Lazio, and then obviously he's gone back there again. And Lazio as a team, given recent signings and recent form, the likes of Immobile and Luis Alberto, and they wanted David Silva, didn't get him, replaced him with Andreas Pereira, who has a better record in the European leagues than he does in England. But yeah, so Lazio really for them, I think we're looking at a top four season challenge for the title. Juventus haven't been perfect so far this season. There's only a couple of teams that have started really well. No disrespect to Kilo. I mean, they've only dropped like 2 points, I think. But when you've got other teams like Atalanta who are just becoming an absolute force in Italian football at the minute. Inter Milan with Sanchez and Young and Lukaku are just, again, they're doing incredibly. In AC Milan have also done well. Go on.
I just quickly going back to the transfer window, because I did explain this to the viewers and I don't want them to get confused. Can Premier League clubs still do deals with European clubs beyond tomorrow?
No deals to be done between European clubs.
So it's only can EFL clubs still do deals with European clubs?
No.
So the European market closes tomorrow?
The European market closes today.
Today, yeah. I mean. But not all leagues not all leagues are closing, are they, domestically?
Not all. I know.
Today, abroad.
Germany closes today. I think Italy closes today. I don't know about France and Spain, but I imagine they will. I know other leagues won't close.
So I'm just going to reiterate, everyone, that the European clubs cannot trade with English clubs beyond tonight. But the EFL and Premier League clubs can't deal with each other beyond tonight.
No. Premier League clubs and EFL clubs can't deal with European clubs from tonight, and also Premier League clubs can't deal with each other after tonight.
That's what I said.
No. What you said was Premier League, and you said from whatever you said, you didn't say it right. I know you didn't say it right, but what it is
right. Okay,
the
I'll
window.
do it again.
No, I'll do it.
No, I'll do it. Shut up.
I've got a more calming voice. I'm doing it.
No, Premier League clubs can't deal with each other beyond tonight, or any clubs in Europe. But EFL and Premier League clubs can still do deals up until October the 16th.
Yeah, that's right. There we go. There we are.
That's what I said,
it wasn't what you said. Don't be a dick, mate. That's what you said.
So I hope that makes sense for everybody, because I've got it in parts and I did read up, but it didn't give me all the answers. Don't listen to JLI Wheels. He goes in and out of ordering his Chinese and ordering his things. And
I've got a job to be doing. I'm using my break to help the cause. You know, that's commitment, that is.
You know what commitment is? When you're not available, Ben's not come very much at all, and I left on my own to read out all his transfers.
Excuse me. If COVID wasn't a thing, you'd be swanning off to the Lake District every weekend like you are this weekend. So don't give me that shit, mate.
Children now.
And this is what you call banter.
Excuse me.
What did you say?
I just said excuse me because I burped, sorry.
What did you say?
I said children because you were squabbling like them.
It's all in jest, mate. It's all in jest. How long have we known each other now? Nearly 20 years, Sam. Getting up to 20 years, isn't it?
Yeah, 19, isn't it?
19 years we've known each other. That's incredible.
So we have just under 40 minutes left of this transfer special tonight. The transfer deadline does close at 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock for Scottish clubs, but we TubeMix is not very well, and we've all got to get off for 10. So please stick around with us, because I'm sure as the deadline approaches, there will be some great deals. Oh, but there is some breaking news. I'm not quite sure what it is. It's not come up as a bulletin yet. Let me see.
It's Theo Walcott. It's Theo Walcott and Manchester United have reached an agreement for Amad Diallo as well. 21 million.
Amad Diallo.
Yeah, I'm sure that's wrong. I'm sure his name is Traore. I'm sure it's not Diallo. But apparently the fee is 21 million plus 20 million in add-ons.
That's why I hesitated when I'd read. I when I'd read his first name, I was like, well, I'm sure that's the other fella, the Traore fella. That's why I hesitated.
Yeah, I'm sure
So
his name is Traore.
we think it's Ahmed Traore, but here it says Ahmed Diallo, but we think that that's a mistake on the website or on Sky Sports News. But because we have been linked with Ahmed Traore tonight, but we will get back
Also,
to you on
I don't know if you saw that, but Theo Walcott has completed his move to Southampton. Now it's confirmed. They're just trying to sort the paperwork ahead of the 11 p.m. Window closing. I don't know whether the deal sheet still goes all the way through till 1 in the morning. So as long as the paperwork is completed before the 1 a.m. deadline, the 11 p.m. deadline, then the deal, you've got until 1 a.m. to complete all the paperwork and do the deal. Usually it's like 5 or 6 transfers left to complete after the 11 o'clock window. So Walcott to Southampton, I did say it earlier, great signing for Southampton.
I'm not sure.
Obviously at Arsenal he won a lot. Obviously he won 2 FA Cups or 3 FA Cups. I think it's 2 FA Cups. But the only real prolific season he had was in 12-13. Now I don't know if you boys, well specifically Sam, because I know Will's not really getting involved. I don't know if Sam if you saw the goal against Newcastle where he got brought down but then got back up and chipped it over Tim Krul. I don't know if you've ever seen that in the 7-3 win, but it's probably one of the most phenomenal.
In 12-13, yeah.
Yeah, and that's a phenomenal goal. Went to Everton. I don't know. You don't really see too many highlights of him at Everton, and then when you watch a full game, he's usually on the bench. Obviously Iwobi is preferred to him, as well as Bernard and now James, and so he needs to lead to get first team football. But I think that Southampton's level.
And he's at the age. He's at the age where his career is not going to go on forever.
And the thing about Southampton is obviously their philosophy is youth, and Hasenhüttl does work to that really well. But Redmond gets injured. They've just got rid of Stéphane Buffal to Angers as well. I don't know if you've reported that. But
I was just about to say. I'm surprised. I like Stéphane Buffal. I wouldn't have got rid of him. I would have played him. I think he's a good player, but
never got played, did he? Anyway, for Southampton, they've got Redmond. Armstrong can play on the wings as well. Michael Obafemi has gone from being a striker to sort of being like a right mid. James Ward-Prowse is a utility man. He can play pretty much anywhere. Last season we saw him playing as right back. He started off at Southampton as a centre attacking mid. He's played on the left, on the right. Now he's more of a central midfielder. So for me, they do need that depth and the experience. And obviously, Walcott come through the Southampton youth ranks and signed for Arsenal in 2005-06. Had 1 season at Arsenal, then got called up to the England squad, where he didn't actually play a minute, which Will got wrong earlier on. He didn't play in any of the games in World Cup 2006, but he was there. So I think that's a great move, because I just think we know the talent he's got because we've seen it over the years. But I don't feel like he's ever been settled enough in a certain position at Arsenal. You think about it, that 2012-13 season, he had Giroud and Podolski, and yet he did sort of play as a striker for Arsenal, which is a weird one. And obviously he scored about 23 goals, and then you've had the likes of Podolski sort of moved to a left mid position, and Chamberlain was there on the other wing, and I think it's just been really difficult for. Then there was the likes of Joel Campbell, and so I think it has been difficult for Walcott to really show what ability he has. And then at Everton, he had that chance, but I think you could tell that he was more than a little bit rusty. But I wish him all the best. I've always liked him. I think that's mainly to do with FIFA because for the past 6 or 7 FIFAs until the last couple, he was the fastest player on the game. But yeah, so best of luck to Theo. And on that note, I need to go back in. So that's probably my last stint of this video, considering it ends soon. But I hope you've all enjoyed your deadline day so far. I hope the big deals that are still about to come through do get done. Just to go back to a point I made when I first came, to pronounce that player, the Man City one, it's Tosin Adarabioyo.
That's what I said on it.
Is it? I don't know. I feel
I said Tosin Adarabioyo. What did I say? Tosin Adarabioyo or something like that.
Yeah, it's Tosin Adarabioyo. Or that, at least, if you break it down, that's how you say it. That's how you should say it.
It was the Sevilla ones that were too quick for me, and then Will
Sevilla was Karim Rekic, who used to play in the Man City youth team. Then he went out to PSV on loan. Then he went to Hertha Berlin. Again, a good player. And also the man who went to Marseille. Can't believe Will didn't know that Marseille were called Olympique de Marseille, but that's why they're called OM. So it was Michael Cuisance, who has signed a loan deal with Villas-Boas's Marseille. Obviously, that's important as well because just a couple of days ago, it was reported. Sorry, there's a train going past. I don't know whether you can hear it. It was, what the hell is going on? It was reported that Michael Cuisance had failed his Leeds medical. So I don't know why he's failed his Leeds medical and then 2 days later signed for Marseille. But I'm sure we'll hear some noise about that. I'm really, really impressed by what I've seen from AVB's Marseille, by the way. Great team. It is the French league, and we've talked a little bit about that, but still, they look a good side, and I'm sure Cuisance will do okay for them. So that's it.
What was that fella that signed? Is it for Benfica? I can't remember his name now. Michael something.
You'll have to give me a little bit more on that.
You said it to Will. What was his name? Is it for Benfica? Let me just have a look.
I do really need to go, so I can't really wait around. But the last thing I was going to say was, I agree with Sam. Transfer deadline day should be a national holiday. And that's it from me. Thank you for letting me join in here and there. And I'm sure I'll see you next time.
Oh, Michael Kazin.
How is it spelled?
Cuisa.
Cuisance. Yeah, he didn't sign for Benfica. He signed for Marseille. That's literally what I've just been talking about. Cuisance.
Oh, right.
But yeah. So yeah, I think transfer deadline day should be a holiday, a national holiday. It's one of my favourite days of the year. Thank you for letting me join in here and there. Enjoy the rest of your deadline day. And I'll see you. I think we're doing review of the match week on Friday. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so.
I am off then, so I'll
Yeah,
see you.
plus we'll round up all the transfer news as well for those of you that missed the best of deadline day. Right, see you later, JLI Wheels.
Ta-ra, mate. Bye-bye.
See you, George. Bye.
Right. Loose. Still can't say it. Loose on. Oh well. So we are approaching. We are in actually the last half an hour of our deadline day. And when it was 6 o'clock, it seemed a long time till 10 o'clock. Around 5 past. You still there with me, TubeMix?
Yep, I am still here with you, mate. Yep.
So, that's Jack Wiltshire. We know about him. Shame that, because I like Jack Wiltshire. I think it's a shame is that his contract cancelled. Everton forward Theo Walcott, just to bring you up to date, to Walcott. Completely in Southampton medical ahead of a loan move. I believe that they're just getting the paperwork done. So I'm just looking, seeing if there's anything else. Manchester United, like we said, make an inquiry to Watford over Ismail Assar, but unlikely to pursue a deal at this stage. And that deal could still get done as Assar as a championship player towards the 16th, up until 5 p.m. on the 16th of October. So I wouldn't write the deal off, because that could still get done as Watford are a championship team. And Sofian Boufal has joined Ingers on a free transfer. So that's sort of becoming a little bit short of news now as things start to quieten down. But it's been a good transfer deadline day. I want to ask Mr. TubeMix and also JLI Wheels, even though he can't answer now, I'm sure when he looks back. But I sort of asked him this last week. Will, your best, not that it's finished and we've still got the championship stuff to come, so, but your best bit of transfer business in this window by a club.
Oh, can I go with two? Can I?
Yeah.
Okay, one for James Rodriguez for Everton, and if Arsenal could wrap up the Thomas Partey deal, done with his experience and one of the best defensive midfielders in the world. So yeah, Thomas Partey.
Okay, I'm not gonna give you the Thomas Partey deal because it's not done. So
I said if they get it done, it will be.
But they haven't got it done.
Okay, I'll just go with James Rodriguez to Everton then. Yeah. Sammy is still there.
Just to let you know, I was just reading. Sorry, Udinese have signed Gerard Deulofeu from Watford on a season-long loan, so that's done. So Dylan Lafayette is now a Udinese player. Um, um, Let me see. Birmingham fans. We've not said a lot about Birmingham, but Birmingham have signed. No, it's not Jude Bellingham back on loan. I'm very sorry, Birmingham fans. But Birmingham signed midfielder. Um, have signed midfielder Riley McGree. On loan from the signing from Charlotte FC. Who are Charlotte FC? Do we know who Charlotte FC are? Maybe you can tell us. Who are Charlotte FC? Because I have no idea who Charlotte FC are.
No, I
But
don't.
anyway,
I don't have a clue.
Riley McGree has signed for Birmingham from Charlotte FC. Nottingham Forest confirm that Johan Belongi has left the club by mutual consent. So if you're a Nottingham Forest fan and you know who he is, then the player's left by mutual consent. So yeah. I'm just trying to think of what else we can talk about. So going back to my question for TubeMix, and maybe you guys want to get involved as well on the channel. So your best signing of the summer is James Rodriguez. Most surprising transfer of the summer, Mr.
Most surprising. I don't know. I
Who
guess
surprised you? Either where they've gone or the
I guess the Ahmad. Oh, I've forgotten his name, but the young winger who's coming to January to United.
Ahmed Traore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although it said his name was something different, didn't it, on Sky Sports? But we think it said Ahmed. I can't remember what
It is Ahmad. It is Ahmad Traore. That's his middle name. I think the Diallo or whatever is. Yeah, it's his.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. So they didn't get it wrong. They said his middle name. Why they changed it? Didn't put Traore. Who knows? But maybe, we have 20 minutes left of this transfer window special. Maybe you want to say some maybe key signings and some of your club's best signings, or just any best signings of the window. I think Everton have spent very shrewdly on Rodriguez at a bargain. I think I was hearing it's about 22 million today from General Wheel, which is a steal for the player of this quality. And he's shown it already. He's adapted. He obviously loves playing for Ancelotti. And obviously the signing of Alan looks a great signing. Really does. Midfield, defensive midfielder, Decore, so that Gomez doesn't have to run and he can play the ball forward. Decore and Allen can do all the running, and Gomez can create. I think that's a great signing. I think Ben Coffrey is a good signing. I'm a bit surprised we let Moise Keane go, but I think Everton have had a very, very good transfer window, and they're very confident at the moment. If they get a few injuries, it'll be interesting to those first 11 whether they can cope. But the fact the team's playing well, you imagine if people come in from the squad and they're not quite at the level of those first 11 to 14 first team players, you could say. Um, you imagine with the confidence that's flowing through them, if they are still, in a top six position when those players get injured, and if they get injured, then the fact they're so confident might help the players coming in, and then they would lose a bit of quality. So they've done well, and if they get Robin Olsen in, that's good competition for Jordan Pickford. So Tottenham have done some very good business. Tottenham always get level with what we're going to spend the money, and people are going to tell me now that they signed Bale on loan, so it's not a permanent signing, so they didn't spend loads of money there. But look who they have signed, Regulon on. What did they spend on him? 30 million. Even though for the next 2 seasons, Real Madrid have a buyback option. Very good signing. Bale on loan, great signing because he knows the club and wants the club. And then they're looking at signing this centre half who again might be young, but it looks like they wanted a centre half, and if it's somebody to go in the academy or to be brought in on the bench or in this around the squad, then that's been a good transfer window. I know it's not skinnier, Sinier or Skinnier, I think his name was, but it's still a positive move in the right direction. And they brought in Vinicius as a striker, and there's been a big story about him as to whether he's good enough for Spurs, and the fact he's had struggles in his career, but they desperately needed backup. See, people say backup to Kane, and I see why, but I think it's harsh to say backup. I think with the amount of games Tottenham have, they're going to need him. So an extra striker in there who won't play as much as Kane, but I think backup's a bit disrespectful. I also think that um, Villa have had a very good transfer window. They signed a lot of players last summer. Not all of them worked out, but they've re-signed Jack Grealish onto a new contract. So that's a great signing for them, even though he's at the club. And even though he had 3 years left in his current deal. But they've tied him up. Not literally tied him up, but tied him up to a deal. And obviously Martinez, really good keeper from Arsenal, who was very good last year and probably realised how good he could play. Once he knew he wasn't going to get in the Arsenal team after playing so well. And to be a number one, that's a great signing. Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins is a good signing. He's still got to prove it in the Premier League. People say that to me and say, well, he scored a hat-trick yesterday. Yeah, he did. But he's still got to prove it over a long period of time. Good signing, but how good it'll be, we will see. Everton as well with Ben Goffrey is a good signing, but again, he wasn't a relegated side, so he needs to prove himself again at this level. So is there any more news, TubeMix? What's going on? And please get in touch. I'm getting tired now. I feel sleepy, but please get in touch before we finish the show. Tell us about your club and your favourite signings of the window. Maybe it's not from your club and you just love the fact that this player's gone here, or you're happy to see this player back in your league. And also players from the women's football as well, if you follow ladies football. I know Alex Morgan went to Tottenham, did she? I think the USA Cup winner. So forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think it was Spurs. So Spurs have had a good window in the men's and the ladies side. But tell us about ladies football as well, and who your club have signed. and you know, so get in touch with us about your favourite signings as a transfer window, your favourite players. If you're happy with the signings your club have made, where you think they could have improved, where they still need to improve, your aspirations for the season, how you can see the players you've got, the challenges for the season, because I think transfer deadline day represents the real start of the season as well. I mean, I know the season. I mean, it does normally now because transfers transfers are normally the window shuts before the season starts, so it is normally the sign of a season starting. But um, but on this occasion, it really does. You know, it's going to take time for players to settle, but it really does show that um that when transfer window shuts, that the season can really start. Players, teams can settle. The ones that have had good starts obviously can integrate those players, and the ones that haven't are hoping that the new players give them a lift. Um, yeah, and maybe you're a Wolves fan and you're thinking, well, Jota's gone to Liverpool. I thought Jimenez may have gone. I did, and I think many Wolves fans did, because he made noises at the end of the season. He might want to go and then see him Jota going, and he's a world class striker in my opinion, and could play for any team in the world and do a job. Even for Real Madrid and Barcelona, but he signed a new 5-year deal at Wolves. So does that coincide with Nuno staying? And does he see a vision? You know, they brought Semedo in from Barcelona. They've obviously brought the young striker up front. Um, so yeah, get in touch with us about that. And if your team's had a poor window, like Burnley, I've not seen much. Do we have an update on Burnley too? Mix, what's happening with Burnley
No, don't
today?
think
Because
so. Nothing.
I know Sean Dice wanted to bring in some players.
No, I haven't heard anything from Burnley at all, so no, I don't
Can you?
think
Is
that's
there
going to
any
happen.
chance you could? Is there any chance you could have a look, or is it? Uh, Because I know Sean Dice wanted some players, and I know when the coronavirus pandemic, but I think that that Burnley deserved and Sean Dice deserves to get some players. Um, Deserves to get some players with the job he's done and being trusted with um with some signings. But then it's all about money. Um, we have got a statement here from Jack Wiltshire. Do you want me to read it out, Chief Mix?
That's fine.
So, if you haven't heard, which I think is a great shame because I think he's a good footballer, Jack Wiltshire has been released from his contract. Has been released by West Ham. So, Wiltshire leaves West Ham. Unfortunately, despite all of my best efforts, and don't forget he signed from Arsenal, from West Ham, and is a West Ham fan. As well, and was very excited about going there, and I think West Ham fans were excited to have him, but we didn't see a lot of him because he was injured. Same old story with Jack, and the club have decided to let him go. Unfortunately, despite all of my best efforts and intention, it has not worked out as I'd expected. I have been fully fit uh, for a large period of time. Of sorry, I have been fully fit for a large period of time at the club, including over the course of the last 8 months, training hard every day, but unfortunately have not been given the opportunity to play. So Jack Wilshere claims he was fit for the last 8 months but hasn't been played. Let's just see if there is more on that statement. No, that's it. So there's no thanks from Jack Wilshere. So that's interesting because we thought he was injured, but obviously not. I'm just gonna turn this up a bit because there's just a roundup. There's just a roundup of all the teams and the signings in May, and I'll go through them. Did you get that, Tube, mate?
Yes, yes. Yeah, I did, yeah.
The people are coming on talking and out. They're going around the Premier League clubs. So, Arsenal fans, you have triggered the £45 million release clause on Thomas Partey from the first division. What will you get to? So mutual termination at Villa for Olin Nyland's contract, the goalkeeper, has had his contract terminated at Aston Villa. Olin Nyland, who I thought is a good goalkeeper, but he's had his when he's played for Villa in league games and cup games when I've seen him last season. But his contract has been terminated from Aston Villa. Can you hear me alright, Tube Mix?
Yes, I can, mate. Yeah, I can.
Hang on. Brighton are closing in on the signing of midfielder Jakob Moba.
Oh.
Hang on. From Lech Poznan. Hang on, there's another one there. Fullback Mikhail Kobani from Legia Warsaw. So that's two signings. That's two signings that Brighton are looking to make. No major signings for Burnley. Tarkowski stays, but no major signings for Burnley on deadline day. So if they want to go into the European market or transfer or deal with other Premier League clubs, they can't, but they can still deal with the EFL if they want to play up from there. Antonio Rudiger is staying at Chelsea. Fulham are close to getting Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Fulham are close to getting Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Tamuri Bakayoko has joined Napoli on loan. And Malang Sarr, Chelsea's young centre-half, is joining. Hang on. And Malang Sarr is joining Porto on loan. So Crystal Palace are expected to offer a short-term deal for free agent Nathaniel Klein. But obviously that can roll on because he's a free agent. Everton are in advanced talks for AS Rome. Where's he from? For AS Roma keeper Robin Olsen. Ben Godfrey has also signed today for Everton. That is a done deal. So Robin Olsen still to see if the paperwork will get through like Thomas Partey deal and if you're at Brighton. But Ben Godfrey has signed today for Everton, and they are looking at getting Robin Olsen. And Theo Walcott is on his way back to Southampton. The deal looks done, it's past his medical, just the paperwork needs doing. So Fulham are finalising a deal for defender Timo Bulkmar from PSV Eindhoven. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is having a medical at Fulham. Leeds have agreed an £18 million deal for Rennes winger Rafinha. And they had been interested in Dan James, but that is unlikely to happen. Leicester forward Islam Samani is close to joining Lyon. And winger Rashid Gazelle has joined Besiktas on a season-long loan. Okay, so no incomings at Liverpool, but they are trying to offload Xherdan Shaqiri and Harry Wilson. So Man City remain in talks over the sale of their highly rated young centre-back Eric Garcia. And they've also let a young player go on loan there, City, out of the club. It's not stating that, but I did see that. Manchester United Man United have held talks with Watford over Ismail Assar, but United wanted a loan deal, so that's not going to happen. Meanwhile, Edison Cavani is almost done. While Alex Tellers is in the building and is a Manchester United player. Chris Smalling has signed a permanent deal with Roma. So, Man United have agreed a deal with Atalanta for Ahmed Diallo to join in January. Newcastle wants a central defender on loan, but they're unlikely to get one. So, hang on, Sheffield United were up to now. Met striker Harry Diallo had been linked with Sheffield United and says he's been forced to move to Strasbourg against his will. So he wanted to go to Sheffield United and he's been joined to, says he's been forced to join Strasbourg against his will, against his wishes. Theo Walcott is, this is Southampton, is finalising a loan deal with Southampton. He has passed his medical and the paperwork still needs to be done. Guigo Correa has moved to the Spanish club Elche on free transfer. Wesley Hurt has joined Lazio, Wesley Hughes on loan, and Sofiane Boufal has joined French club Angers on a free transfer. Spurs are in talks to signed Joe Roden from Swansea, but a fee cannot be agreed. But that's okay because EFL clubs, the transfer window remains open and they can still deal with Premier League clubs and vice versa till the 16th of October. Ryan Sessegnon has joined Hoffenheim on loan for the remainder of the season. West Brom are still in the market for a striker. They want Huddersfield striker Colin Grant, but they have until October the 16th to get that deal done, as Colin Grant is a Huddersfield player and therefore is available till the 16th of October.
Sam, I sent you.
Porto are trying to sign Felipe Anderson. Can you hear me?
Yes, I was just saying I sent you on the group chat about Cavani. It's official now.
Oh, Cavani is official, people. Edison Cavani is official. He's officially a Manchester United player. Sorry, where was I? Porto trying to sign Felipe Anderson on a season-long loan.
Sam, in future.
Josh Cullen has joined Anderlecht for £100 million.
Check your phone in future, Sam, because I'm sending you stuff.
Apparently, West Ham won Chelsea defender Tomorrow on loan. Ruben Viagra has completed a loan to Olympiacos with an option to buy at the end of the season. And that is it. Did we get that?
Yeah, what was that sound, Sam?
Well,
yeah.
Did you get those transfers?
Yes, I did, mate.
Good. Well, it's coming to the end of our special program tonight, everyone. I don't know if Will's got any update on Edison Cavani. I did hear something that you said.
It's official. I sent it to you. Check your phone because I sent you stuff.
It's official. Edison Cavani is a Manchester United player. Is there anything else you want to cover before we finish, or do you want to go on for a bit, or what?
No, I think. But I'll just say thank you, everybody, for watching. It's been a really good one. I really enjoyed watching, and at least I've been able to take part in some of this.
Do you want me to do it? Well, you sound a bit groggy. You all right?
Okay. Yeah, mate. Can you? Yeah.
I don't have to if you want to do it, but you just sound a bit tired.
No. Could you do it, mate, please?
So everybody, this is the end of our debut on this transfer deadline special on Football Central Live. I do hope you have enjoyed it as much as we have, with all the mistakes, people going in and out, the cancelled contracts, and the ill people. And that's just in the studio. But we have seen some amazing transfers. And don't forget, I'm going to get this right this time, don't forget, the European deadline closes tonight. Not all domestic leagues across Europe close though. Premier League clubs can still trade with the EFL clubs up until the 16th of October. So players can go both ways. So if you're a Burnley fan, who haven't signed anybody today, do not worry, because you can still sign some of the Championship's finest players for the next couple of weeks. And that's just me being optimistic. And EFL clubs can trade between each other and with Premier League clubs, but Premier League clubs cannot trade with other Premier League clubs from tonight. And the deadline is finished from 12 o'clock in Scotland, 11 o'clock over here. And the deals that look like they're going to go through, Edison Cavani has been announced as a Manchester United player. Alex Telles has been announced, but we are still awaiting confirmation on Thomas Partey. Will that deal get done? We probably won't find out till the morning if it's been complete. Can they get the paperwork finished before the 11 o'clock deadline to get the extension done to 1 o'clock? Theo Walcott, the deal looks done. It passes medical, everything's been agreed. But can they get the paperwork sorted? I imagine that one will get done, but might need till the 2 o'clock deadline as long as they can show the paperwork. So Theo Walcott is on his way back to Everton, back to Southampton from Everton. So Southampton fans, you are re-signing Theo Walcott as long as the paperwork can get done. Also, can Everton sign Robin Olsen in time? They're just a few of the deals. We will see if Robin Olsen can get done. Will need past the 11 o'clock deadline, as long as they can show the paperwork. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this very manic transfer window and transfer deadline day. We have, thanks for sticking with us through all the spills and all the excitement, and that's just in the commentary. Mr. TubeMix himself is getting an early ice bath because he's in some pain, so we might not see him in action for a couple of. He might not be in action for a couple of weeks. He's an ice bath should sort him out. So anyway, that is the transfer deadline. EFL club, remember you have till the 16th of October to trade. Premier League clubs can still go into the market. What will happen with some of the EFL most valued players, Saeed Ben Rahman being the name off the top of my head, David Raya, and for the likes of. We will see. Watch this space. Join us. When are we doing the roundup for the week's Premier League game?
Friday, I think. Hopefully, I'll
Friday.
be.
Join us on Friday. Join us on Friday, to be confirmed. But join us on Friday, we think, from 7 o'clock for a roundup of this week's Premier League, last weekend's Premier League games, plus looking ahead to England. And we will round up all the transfer news from all the window as well.
You've not thanked Joe on Wheels yet.
Day, and deals that we that will still be going through from the Championship, as well as any free agents or Premier League clubs buying from the Championship. So we will have a lot to cover. For now, though, sorry, TubeMix.
I said you haven't thanked Joe I Wheels yet.
Oh no, I'm coming to that. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Without you, the viewers, this show would be worthless. Thank you to JLI Wheels for his brief but always enjoyable appearances. Let's hope he can get off the bench more in the next few weeks. A big thank you for having us and hosting the show to TubeMix, even though I did most of the hosting.
Thank you.
And a big shout out, you're welcome. A big shout out to Ben Carney, who wasn't with us tonight. I don't know what happened to you, Ben. We could have done with your help, but thank you anyway, and I look forward to your input, buddy. So from us, I think that's everything. Enjoy your deadline day and what's left of it. And let's see, Arsenal, Brighton fans, and a couple of other clubs. Let's see if you can get your deals over the line. We will know tomorrow. Um, the last thing for me to say is if you've liked tonight's show or you want to write any comments, good, bad, constructive criticism, please comment, like, and subscribe to the TubeMix YouTube channel. It would be a pleasure to get your input and to see that our show is making a difference out there. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've been Sam Taylor. He's been TubeMix, and he's working away at JLI Wheels and the brilliant but stuck in traffic Ben Carney. So from me and the rest of the team, thank you.